Hi Amy, this is my review for the review quiz. I got 33 out of 35, which is kind of perfect for this part of the quiz because I have two questions to go over with you. The hardest part of this quiz for me was I was confident in some of my answers and it worked out pretty well for some of them, but I just didn't consult the textbook as much as I should have, and for the two questions that I got wrong, that was my demise. So for the first question, which was question 16, perhaps the most popular example of an analog measure is the behavioral rating scale. So for this question, I was confident in my answer, and I selected true, which now looking back in the textbook at 2.1.4, the behavioral assessment, I found the Behavioral Approach Task, or BAT, is a popular analog measure of a phobic person's approach to feared objects such as a snake. So this section in the textbook is right before when they start talking about the behavioral rating scale. So I feel like the information just got jumbled in my head. But now I believe that the most popular analog measure is the Behavioral Approach Task, BAT. And that's how I remember it, just with abbreviations. BAT is the most common analog. So for the second question that I got wrong, it was question 32, which is fear of witches reached its height during the Middle Ages. And for this one, I also selected true. This part of the textbook, like historical perspectives, I found really interesting, so I thought that I had this down pat, and I didn't. So in the textbook, 1.2.3 historical perspectives, I found belief in supernatural causes, especially the doctrine of possession, increased influence and eventually dominated medieval thought. So now I know that in the Middle Ages they believed in the supernatural. So how I will remember this is that the knights were afraid of ghosts. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.